Jackson's origin story seems cribbed from the script of Almost Famous, except his Rolling Stone was the Bay Area radio station KMEL, where he started hanging out by age 11. By the time he was 16, he was assistant music director. 16, huh? Don't you need papers to work at 16? Curious. Quote, he was relentlessly dedicated, recalls Joey Arbaji, a longtime major label A&R executive who was then program director at the station. Wow, Jackson helped select tracks to put into rotation. Is this like some kind of, Nickelodeon or Disney recruiting program for young talent just to step on the scene and get into grown-up jobs with actual grown-ups? Wow, sounds like a plot of a kids channel sitcom, don't it? And it's great if the money is flowing and everyone has a smile on their face and it's all above board, but somehow it feels like the music industry and radio isn't just happy smiles and money flowing and, it doesn't seem like it's all that PG rated. But hopefully it was for Mr. Jackson. Jackson helped select tracks to put into rotation, often ignoring the label's chosen single in favor of one he thought sounded better. What 16-year-old or younger man gets to do that? And why? And he had his own show, developing a seductive on-air patter that always ended with a simple question. What's my name? He said it in a smexy voice. Arbaji remembers, and callers were lining up just to talk to him. Word? How old was he? A teenager? Smexy voice? Radio. And he just gets to pick and choose what songs he wants to play on somebody's grown-up radio station. Not a college radio station, not a community radio station. KMEL, please chime in if you're from the Bay Area and know anything about that particular radio station. This is all surprising information. I didn't know that it was called marketing, but that's what I was doing, Jackson says. Women thought that I was 35 years old when I was really 17. Unquote. Wow. You don't say. Huh. Well. Many of the relationships Jackson built at KMEL and then J Records endure. He recently got married and likens the wedding party to a personal summer jam with Alicia Keys playing a pair of songs, Crushed It, and 45 minutes apiece from Timbaland, probably the best performance of his career, Swiss Beats, equally as incredible, and E40. E40 is to the Bay Area what Bruce Springsteen is to New Jersey. I could die and go to heaven at that point. Jackson has known Keys for over 2 decades and describes Swiss and Timbaland as my brothers. At J Records, artists like Alicia felt very comfortable and didn't deal with Larry as the teenager he was, Davis recalls. Oh, Clive Davis recalls? Oh, what incredible mentorship. This in turn meant that Jackson, quote, could provide me with insight into their mental attitudes, their reactions, and how a personal reaction could be different from what was said professionally, unquote. Quote, it's not often you see an executive have an actual relationship with an artist in a sense of hanging with them socially or going for a hike, unquote, adds Roy LaManna, CEO of Vidya. That's part of Larry's magic, unquote. Oh, you rarely see that? Wasn't that Diddy's whole career? Hanging out with them socially and going here and there and all night long. And is that unusual? Even I have attended parties with Diddy and Derek D. Angeletti. Different rap stars. There's birthday parties for all different rappers. whether it's Queen Latifah, Salt and Pepper, you know what I mean? It's a social business. So what is this? It's not often you see an executive have an actual relationship with an artist in a sense of hanging with them socially or going for a hike. Going for a hike is what you do in areas where there's hiking, like California, or I don't know, I guess this is Northern California. Anyway, back to what this man is saying. As a result, quote, he got Nicki Minaj on Smexy Red's Pound Town in like 48 hours. Was it the friendship or the fact that he had Clive Davis over his shoulder? Everyone knows how power works. Everyone knows that money doesn't come out of the sky. A mentor, a benefactor, these are the things that build a business. My question is, do you need to be 16, 17, or 19, or 20 to get that? From some of these people who've done it before. How did Diddy become in charge of Uptown Records? Who was his mentor? Oh, that's right. Anyway, Larry arranged for Travis Scott to bring her out on stage. Wow, rehabbing Travis Scott in the middle of all of this other business in Texas. Am I wrong? Am I dreaming? But in the middle of all this, Travis Scott is bringing Nicki out on stage. We had a kickoff meeting for the company, and Dave Chappelle was there, hanging out and making jokes. For free? Let me stop. Scott describes Jackson as a mentor. And a crucial source of guidance. Their relationship extends beyond music, he continues. Being able to connect with somebody on that level who's walking on the same side of the street you're on, but can also control the other side of the street. That's a little bit different than most execs. Yeah. He doesn't not look like, it's almost like this character, Larry Jackson, looks like if Diddy and Swiss Beats had a child together with maybe a little kiss of, who was the late tap dancer, a brother who tap danced with his own brother. He did White Nights with Mikhail Baryshnikov. I can't remember his name right now. It'll come to me. After Jackson's stints at KMEL and J, later absorbed into RCA, he hopscotched to Interscope and then Apple Music. Quote, I didn't graduate high school and didn't go to college. Jackson says, my university was working with Clive. And graduate school was working with Jimmy Iovine. Larry's always had a feeling for marketing, and he's really good at understanding the flow of how music interacts with technology, Iovine notes. He's always pushing the ball forward. The ball forward, okay. Over the course of his career, Jackson steered albums or Apple initiatives for a variety of acts, from Jennifer Hudson to Whitney Houston, Drake to Frank Ocean, Kanye West to Nicki Minaj. Both Drake and West have rapped about Jackson. West did so twice. Quote, his bravery and musical expertise as a rising A&R exceeded his job description and encouraged a new confidence in me as a young artist breaking new ground. Unquote, Hudson tells Billboard. Jackson also emphasizes that he helped singers Scotty McCreery and Philip Phillips, who, as well as signing Lana Del Rey. Quote, I've run away from genre classifications and really prided myself on diversification. Even with all his experience at radio, labels, and streaming services, launching Gamma wasn't easy. Jackson met with an alphabet soup-like collection of top private equity companies, KKR, TCV, TPG, and more, and was politely rebuffed by all of them. Quote, the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my career is raise money, he says, especially for an idea that is pre-asset where the intellectual property is my brain.